What's going on, y'all? It's your man Vic, and I'm the Hot Hunter of Columbia, and I'm here with my wife Felicia, and we are Team Hot Hunter, the Hugies. All right, man. Look, wanted to talk to you guys because over the last couple of days, I've had a few clients that have good to decent credit, but they have messed up situations when it comes to student loans. And this has been a thing that is becoming more and more reoccurring when it comes to student loans because, for example, the one particular guy, his credit was good. We could get him done based on credit, but he owed $70,000 in student loans, and he worked at a department store. Nothing wrong working at a department store at all. It's just that what he owed in student loans didn't equate to what he was making. I think it was like $14 or $15 an hour in order to do that. So he was going to be paying those student loans back forever, probably. Not only that, the government put down a law or ruling or whatever saying that, this was a few years back, they have to count 1% of your student loans. So if it's $70,000 he owes, they have to count a $700 payment a month for him, even though he actually isn't paying $700 a month. They may be deferred in forbearance or whatever, but they're going to count that $700 towards him every single month. Imagine if he had a credit card he had to pay, and they're going to count that monthly payment. Then he has a car, and he has to pay $300 or $400 a month. They're going to count that against him. This is all before you even get a house, and they got to count that payment in there. So if you're saying I want to pay $800 or $900 a month, now they got to add that. You don't have enough income to hold a mortgage. So even though in real life you're not broke or living above your means, but based on having those student loans, you are. So my wife, I have her with me. She is a graduate from USC, University of South Carolina, the real USC as she would call it. And I wanted to get her insight on it. I don't have a degree. I chose to go straight to the Army out of high school, and I have a job that's a trade, being a realtor. So I started going to school, I never finished, and I don't see a need to finish because it's not going to help me in what I'm doing right now. But I wanted to get her opinion on schooling.
My opinion is that if you're gonna go to school, just make sure, like you said, that your job in the future equates to what you're going to school for. If it doesn't, some jobs you can get just from having a degree, but some, and it doesn't have to be in that field. The job applications where it just says have a bachelor's degree in whatever, and you can get a job. That's great because 9 times out of 10, if that job is asking for a degree, it's going to pay you the money for it, at least a good bit of money for it. What he's basically talking about is what I probably call professional students, because I know where I'm from. A lot of people go to school just so they can get that refund check. And while the refund check is good while it lasts, after it's gone, it leaves you with a lot of debt that's shown on your credit report. And with that debt that's there, when it gets into the 60,000, 90,000 amount of debt on your credit report, there's hardly anything we can do to offset that unless you have a great job or a good job that's paying you and it equates to that degree that you got. Like nurses.
Yeah, like nurses. Like a client of ours years back. I don't want to, say, because I didn't talk to her to ask, can I say something about her, but I'm always proud of her. I've always been proud of her accomplishments that she's made as a nurse. She's now a doctor or whatever. So she started off as a regular nurse, I guess, and then a nurse practitioner, and then a doctor. And all the student loans that she may have amassed over the time, it made sense. Not only is the job or the profession or the career that she's doing, she can afford to have those student loans because, the student loans helped her get a job.
That's where she's at now.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Also, some of the jobs that she's had, they've helped pay those student loans. So if you're going to do something, find a job that will pay your student loans for you, or pay half of them, or say if you stay here 3 years, we'll pay them all off, or something like that. But just going to get student loans to say, you know, I'm getting a refund check is ridiculous, because that refund check, for how much is a refund check?
It just depends. People get a lot back sometimes. So.
Okay, so whatever it is, let's just say $2,000-$3,000. You get $3,000 back today, and you like, oh, I'm balling. But then you want to buy a house tomorrow or next year or whatnot, and I'm like, but you got $50,000 in student loans. Your DTI, which is called your debt to income ratio, is too high. Like, you can't do anything. And then on top of that, you are filing your taxes and taking huge losses, you know, so you can get that refund check. So now, even though you made $60,000, you're only showing that you brought in $20,000 or $30,000, plus you have the debt of the student loans. It is damn near impossible to get you into a home. You know what I'm saying? Or you may be approved for $80,000, but there's nothing that you want at $80,000. You're gonna have to be up around $150,000, $200,000 for what you want, and you're not willing to settle. So unfortunately, it's almost like making a lifetime renter by going to school over and over. I asked the guy the other day, he was talking to me about school, and he was like, what should I do? And so he was telling me like, hey, asking a female, I'm going for my second master's or whatnot. I'm like, okay, you know, and what? She told me. And I'm like, oh, okay. But then she's like, I want to be a realtor. So why are you going to school though? You know what I mean? Like, it's so many people that are going to school, getting degrees, but actually don't even intend to stay in that field. So unless you're intending on staying in that field, progressing in that industry, why would you keep going to school, increasing your student loan debt, lowering your chances for becoming a homeowner? So that's just my opinion, man. If we can talk to our kids and everybody out here about stop going to school just to say I'm in school. Stop doing it for family. You know, you want to impress others, or you want to do it because you were supposed to. Your mama said it, or daddy said it, or your family, everybody else graduated, or you going to be the first, or whatever, like this and that. If it doesn't make sense financially for your future, and you're going to get a degree in economics.
Listen, he's throwing out economics because I do have a economics degree. However, you couldn't tell me when I was in college that I wasn't going to be an economist somewhere. But that didn't, pan out. But I'm grateful for where I'm at right now. I can say that was my intentions. I wasn't going to school just to go to school.
Right.
I wasn't going to school just to say I have a degree. I really wanted to go to school to be an economist. But you guys know what I do today, so
researching. Even though she had intentions on doing that, like now, man, information is out there, endless. If you're going to decide I want to be an economist, you need to find out, okay, do I want to live in South Carolina? Okay, let me look at that. Okay, I want to live here, but there's not jobs for economists. I got to move to, what'd you say? They had to go like the DC, places like that. If you ain't planning to move out there, then you need not to be an economist. Or if you're saying, I want a job in, what's the other thing people always go for? Business management. They go for business management and ain't doing nothing in that field and end up, changing their mind, changing course or whatever. Just make sure when you do it, it's a solid decision. I'm all for people getting higher education and everything like that, but just being a realtor, seeing how bad, and my cousin, he sells cars. Me and him talk all the time about how much we hate not being able to help certain people, but it's unfortunate they have all these student loan debts and there's literally nothing that we can do about it. So it's not the lender's fault. It's not, my fault. We all want to help you. It benefits us to help you become a homeowner, but we also have to start looking at, just making sure we're not having, our children or whatnot, or people go to school when they could possibly just be getting a trade, become an electrician, an HVAC certified person, home inspector, realtor, industrial mechanic, it's a welder. So many things that people can do, man, and make a great living at it without being in debt for the rest of their life. So that's just something we wanted to bring to you guys from somebody who's adamant about not doing it, but also somebody who's went to school, done it that way, and then now doing a different profession, and also sees how it works out. So to each his own. I mean, everything, and again, my doctor client, it worked out. She went to school, it made sense, and there's a lot of nurses, nurse practitioners, and doctors. It makes sense to do that.
Now, don't get it twisted, you guys. He's not saying don't go to school unless you're going to be a doctor. But what he's saying is go to school and make sure that you get a job that can benefit you later on with that degree. We're not just talking about this just to talk about it, but it does affect a lot of us. And this message, you know, you may hear this today, but it may help you help the next generation, because our generation, you know, we notice it a lot, you know, with people that's trying to buy houses and things like that. Even the younger ones that are coming up now that are in school, they want to buy houses now, but it's nothing we can do right now, you know.
Right.
And we just want to hope that this message helps somebody.
Hey, but them younger ones. What about them 50 and 60-year-olds talking about they going to school to get their degree? And no damn well,
wrong with 50 and 60
man, whatever.
Year olds,
I'm just being
because you
real.
probably already got your house anyway. So just go ahead and go to school and get a little more education.
Whatever. Going to school, raising debt, about to die out this student debt, man, please.
Hey, when they die, that debt's gone.
I guess you're right. You're right. Get that check now. You're right. Never mind. Take that back. Take that back. But yeah, we can't be a society of just going to school, just be going. And I say all the time, we have become a society of buyers, not owners. And that's a buyer mentality instead of an owner mentality. So that's it, man, from the Hugies, from the House Hunters. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Tell us what you guys think. Tell us why you went to school. Tell us what you think about. What's your opinion on it? I'm not saying I'm right, she's right, or anything like that. I may be way off, but just tell me what you think. Tell me how it worked out for you or didn't work out for you, if you agree or disagree. And for all my YouTube people, like, comment, please hit the subscribe button. Your support is means a lot to us. So thank you guys for watching this video. And as always, have a great, blessed day. Holla back at your boy and your
girl.
y'all be cool.